look at it.
Let's look at the results. What do you reckon, Richo?
I think going forward, Freo have got some really good young talent. The Saints have got better top-end players.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. I think the future at Fremantle's a little bit stronger with their kids. The beauty of having injuries is you get games into young players who might not necessarily get games, and they'll be better off in the long run.
Well, it's obviously been a massive week for Ross Lyon and Mark Harvey over in Perth. Let's have a listen to what Ross had to say earlier this week.
I've been headhunted by the Fremantle Football Club. Fremantle professionally were able to lock and load a 4-year term that had satisfied me within 72 hours in comparison to 6 months. So in the end, it was a relatively easy decision. I had no involvement or no understanding of the relationship between Fremantle Football Club and Mark Harvey. So as I sit here today, I hold my head high. In my 5 years at St Kilda, I've never used the word loyalty to a player. So they're outside perceptions.
Righto, Rui. It's been a remarkable couple of days. You spoke briefly about it on Friday. I want you to tell everyone, Thursday night you're in hospital and Ross came into the room to see her. What happened?
Basically I checked in and put my phone in the drawer at about 5:30 and got wheeled out for some knee surgery. At that stage nothing had happened and I certainly wasn't aware of what was going to happen, and had the surgery. It was a bit of a pain in the arse in recovery, so they got me out of there because I was trying to talk to other patients and stuff like that, which I don't think the anaesthetic affects me a little bit. So I got taken back into my room, and Kath, my girlfriend, was there, and she had a bit of a strange look on her face, and before really I even got to ask her the question, as soon as I got wheeled back in, Rossi walked into the room, and I sort of said, "Oh, g'day coach, thanks for coming in to visit me and see how I'm going," and he just then basically told me what had happened, and that he was...
What did he say?
He just said, I'm out, I'm going to Freo, and that was...
Did you believe him?
Look, it was really weird. For anyone that's had surgery before, when you come out of an anaesthetic, everything, it's just not normal. Everything seems like it's moving a little bit slower, and it took me a bit of time to process it, and we spoke for probably 20 minutes, and I can't remember a lot of the conversation, and then from then on I was in and out of a bit of sleep, but yeah, look, it was an emotional 20 minutes.
Were you shocked? Did you think that he was going to go?
No, I didn't. That's, you know, all week I thought, we obviously knew that there was some work to be done contract-wise, but I thought he was going to stay, and obviously very disappointed that he's not our coach anymore. One
last one from me before Richo speaks. Did Ross Lyon ever say to the players, "I will be coaching here next year"?
Yeah, that's a misconception that's out there at the moment, and at no stage did Ross say black and white that he was going to be stay. Yep. Everyone knew that he was contracted, and I think there were a lot of assumptions made, but at no stage did he verbatim say, "I'll be here next year."
Obviously a great coach, who he got you into the 3 grand finals. Great win-loss, 63%. Is it disappointing that he wasn't locked away earlier, is it from a player's point of view, or do you stay out of that sort of...
Oh, yeah, look, I think it's hard to comment, and certainly in hindsight, it would have been great if he had been locked away a little bit earlier. But, you know, from both sides, both parties, the football club and Ross, you can understand why certain things have happened. Yeah. But bottom line is, from a playing perspective, that we're all really disappointed that he's no longer our coach. But the majority of the boys have been in this situation before, and we've got 40,000 members that we represent, and it's our job now to get on with the job. Obviously there's going to be a panel put in place that'll go out and find the best available person, and we've got faith in them to do that, and from there, you know, it's about a pre-season and looking to perform next year for our members.
It's absolutely opportune that Brendan Goddard join us, because coincidence is all that brings you into the panel page, but we might as well start with you. Enormous week for your footy club. It's my understanding that you found out about Ross Lyon's decision when you were coming out of surgery, is that right?
No, that was Nick Rewalt, but I was actually just out for dinner at the time, so got a text message through to the bad news.
And what did you speak to him post that?
I had a brief chat to Ross later that night, but I...
Can you give us the tone of that conversation?
No, it was a very positive, positive chat. You know, I don't have a bad thing to say about Ross. He's had a huge influence over my career.
Are you disappointed?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. He's a quality coach and a quality person. You don't want to lose those people from your footy club.
And sorry to monopolise this, but is it true that he never mentioned the word loyalty?
Oh, look, I don't think directly to any one of us at any point. I can't remember off the top of my head.
You say you're disappointed. Are you personally hurt by the exit?
I don't think I'm hurt. I just think, as it's been said, that it's quite disappointing it had to get to this stage. As you well may know, that the negotiation started months back. And it's just sad we had to get to this point and lose a quality coach and a quality person.
Is it a statement that's been made by Ross that the group that is now there has lost its chance to win a premiership?
He said that?
No, but is it? Can we read that in? I mean, that's what I'm reading into it. Others are
not at all. He had a decision to make, as he said, based on his family and his kids, and he made that decision. But I don't think at any point that's ever been mentioned. We certainly don't think that.
But in a really tumultuous week. Can we just take you back to after the game when you lost the final and Ross gathered the players on the ground? What did he say then? Because it hasn't actually been explained to the public, and you may choose not to tell us now, but a lot's been said and inferred about what was said at this moment here.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure what's been said and speculation about that, but he made a few comments about the game and where we need to improve and where we weren't good enough on the night, and he mentioned about there's going to be a few retirements after the game. But they're the basis of it. There's nothing more to it.
Why on ground?
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
And the meeting after the game, and then players had individual meetings in the week. Did you, and other players, were convinced he was going to be there for next year, in the indications he'd been giving to you and others?
Yeah, well, he gave us no indication that he wouldn't be, and we're confident that he would, because he was contracted until the end of next year. There's no reason why he wouldn't be.
So, Beej, in closing, the vibe from the playing group is not one of we've been abandoned by our coach. From what I'm hearing out of you, you're basically saying that the players' view is fair enough, best of luck.
Yeah, in some senses, but at the same, we're disappointed. As I said, he's a great coach and he's done a lot for the footy club, and as I said, I don't have a bad word to say about the man.
I would have liked to seen St Kilda or Greg Westaway or Michael Netterfold just say something. They were very nice about it all. Come out and say, come on, Roscoe, you've left us in the lurch here. Fair dinkum, mate.
You know what, Bill? They should have just said nothing, and that would have said more.